Hello, everybody. Time to make some lamb stew. I often, when I see lamb shoulder chops for sale in the grocery store, those are the ones that aren't center cut, and I like to buy them. My mother used to make a great, leave them whole, but I cut them up and make a stew out of it. So I'm going to start this particular stew with some bacon. You don't have to, but I do. I like bacon. And with this bacon, I have this kind of a real light olive oil I'm going to add to it. And let's let that cook. And while it's cooking, let's whack up some veggies for the stew. Look what I got. Onion, celery, and carrots, and potatoes. And Roman, I'm going to do a half julienne's onions to give it a little size. Now I got a red onion here and 2 white onions. Julienne is like strips. Half julienne is when you cut the onion again and do a half of a strip. See? You want stew veggies, you know? Oddly enough, some of this lamb came from Walmart and it's domestic, which is unusual. Because the domestic lamb industry really has had a rough time. Actually, everything out there has having a rough time. Let's cut up some carrots. They're chunky rounds.
I smell those veggies caramelizing.
Yeah. Now I got some cut up lamb. I added some chopped garlic to that. All right, here I got some seasoned flour. I'm gonna mix in with this cut up lamb. There might even be a few bones left in there. I seasoned this flour with some dill, a little oreg, a little thyme, a little rosemary. Now I could have put the lamb first for a better caramelization, but it'll work. Or put it in at the same time with the veggies, and if I had a bigger rotunda pot. Now the flour should absorb some of the grease in there to make kind of like a roux-like situation. Now I'm going to add the liquid, the stock. I just happened to take some celery tops, some carrots, some of the lamb bones, and I made a stock. Water would work.
But you like the flavor of the
I mean, I got everything around here. What the hell? These are the par-cooked potatoes. Something's burning in here. And because I have them, here's some mushrooms. And here we go. I have to simmer this at least 30 minutes. I made up a little more seasoning blend. Rosemary, dill, thyme, garlic, salt, and black pepper, and a little oregano. I got a little leftover seasoned flour. If need be, I might make a little flour wash to thicken it at the end of this, but not yet. It looks like it might be needed.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing actually.
If I had some sherry, I would have put sherry in before I put the broth. I like that there's a little fat in here. Hi, Beanie. I really didn't season except for the seasoned flour. So here, I'm gonna put a little more in there. A turnip would go nice. A rutabaga, parsnip, any root.
Why is you gonna add that flour and make it more roux-ish?
Yeah, but not yet. Maybe right when I think the meat's all already cooked through. It's acceptable to a lot of people, but I like it a little thicker. Potatoes are completely cooked. And I season the flour with a little dill, rosemary, garlic, salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of oregano. There was some leftover flour seasoning that I seasoned the lamb with. And I just kind of added a little water and stirred up. See how thick it is now? Now it's really thick. Some might think it's too thick. What do you think?
I think it looks perfect.
Yeah. This is about done. Da-da. Da-da. Look at that. I love stews. Who doesn't?
I know, seriously. This is like the best thing ever.
St. Patty's Day, we used to make an Irish stew, mostly with beef and lamb. A few times I put pork in it, but to me it doesn't work. But this is wonderful. Here's a
You
nice.
know, Grandma's was one of my favorites too.
She made that. She didn't cut up the shoulder chop. She made it with onions, tomatoes, and potatoes. It was always great. That was one of her best dishes because she wasn't really a major, cook like Chuck's mom was, but she made a few dishes that were great. She was a mom cook.
Yeah, she had some. Well, the lamb stew was one. I used to like hers better than yours.
Yeah, I know. I always end up making this.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you made it different.
Yeah.
I think hers maybe wasn't quite as ruish.
No, she didn't put any roux in it. She didn't put any flour in it.
Yeah, maybe now I like the flour more.
I remember the first time she showed me how they made potato soup in, Russia. It was just nothing but potatoes and almost water and an onion. But it was so good.
Sometimes it's the simple stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they were Polacks.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have as much to work with, huh?
No, you think they ran up to Publix like me because he's missing one ingredient?